Hey everybody, welcome to Fab Fit Friday. And I'm happy to say, I feel like my bodice is finally fably fit, so I guess it's fitting that I'm having Fab Fit Friday and I've got my bodice fitted and I'm super excited. So let me say hi to Patrick and Janie. Welcome, welcome, you guys. Before we get started, I want to tell you two things. Oh shoot, I have three things I want to tell you. And of course, I didn't put a link to one of those things, which I'm going to do right now. I am starting something new and exciting here at J Stern Designs. And basically, what that is I am going to be starting my own online sewing community. And I've got a big picture for the main group, but in the meantime, I'm going to be offering something that that I think you guys might really benefit from and enjoy, and it's going to be a better way to, well, not better, but another way to engage with me. I am starting the J Stern Designs YouTube Insider Club, and what that's going to be is it's going to be a monthly, well, it's going to be an online platform that will have a community, and it's going to give you access to all of my YouTube videos, and I have well over 600 of them. And they're going to be organized by category, and they're going to be really easy for you to access. And the other cool thing is I'm going to do polls in there to find out what you guys want to do for upcoming content. And I'm even going to do mini classes made up of YouTube videos, and then also some, exclusive content for body specific fitting issues. So it's going to be a really fun, what I consider a fun group, and it's something I've been thinking about and working on for a long time. It's been very, very time consuming to catalog all of my videos because each one will have the thumbnail, the description, and a QR code to go directly to it. So I'm super excited about that. And what I'm going to do for now is I'm going to put the link to the wait list in the chat. So it's in there right now. After I get off, I will put it in the description of today's live. But if you sign up for the wait list, that's how you can get into the club. I'm going to only offer it to people who sign up for my wait list. So I'm very excited about that. So that's the first thing. And let me just stop and say hi to RT Blades. You're here when I'm here live. I love that. And hey, Pat, hello, hello. Yes, it's warm, and also I'm having a hot flash right now. So pardon my redness. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Polly. Hi, Barbara. Oh, you hope you can stay for the whole show. Well, today I will be finishing by in an hour or so. I'm going to be staying over with one of my friends who's in her 80s, and I'm going to sleep over her house tonight to keep her company while her husband is off doing something. So I got to get ready for that. So I will be keeping this to an hour. But what I want to do is finish saying hi to Joyce, and then I want to also announce that in the description of the video is a wait list for my 3-day pants class. It is sold out, and there's already 4 or 5 people on the wait list for the August 1st, 2nd, and 3rd 3-day pants fitting in the Nashville area. So if you'd like to get on the wait list, I put a link to that. That's the second thing I wanted to talk about. And the final thing I wanted to talk about is, look at this fun thing I'm doing here. It may look like I'm just trying to wrap batting around a dress form, but what I'm doing is I'm working on a brand new class for Pattern Review, and that's going to be on the 7th of May, so next week on Wednesday from 3 to 4:30. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how to make a custom body double dress form from a standard form. Now, it's more than just wrapping batting around a dress form, and this is in progress. But what I want you to notice here, hey Mary, welcome. Mary just finished her dress pants from the Sorsha class. I mean, her Sorshas from the class. Oh, did they come out nice, Mary? I'd love to see how they look. All right, so just let me show you something quick on this. Turning it to the side, what I want you to notice here is this black tape is where my full bust hits on this dress form. So notice the bust is up here. My bust is down here. So part of what I'm going to be doing in this Customize Your Dress Form class is to show you how to truly make a body double that agrees with where your key areas are in the vertical direction. It's going to be a really fun class. So if you're interested in a custom dress form class, I'm going to be teaching that on the 7th on Zoom with Pattern Review, and there's a link in the description below for that as well. So I have all this excitement going on, so I wanted to get through all of that. The next thing I want to do is show you my bodice. So the rest of the dress looks, well, I'll show you because I washed it and it's much softer now. But basically, what I want you to do is like look and see. If I turn to the side and get in there really close, I think you can see I have no more gaping away, and I'm going to show you how I fixed it. You'll notice there's no more extra here, so I'm happy with that. And if let me just move my girl out of the way here, and let me just show you what I have going on with the skirt. The skirt is much softer now, and I realize what I've made is a Bridgerton dress, right? It's kind of like a tent, but I like it. I mean, it's growing on me by the minute. And if you look at the back, nothing shows in terms of my bra straps or anything else. So all I have left to do is pop the lining in now. But I'm going to take a minute and take it off so I can show you what I did to fix this bodice. But I'm really happy with this. And guess what? I don't even need to sew the layers, the overlapped layer together, because it stays put. Like, it just stays. So I'm very excited about how I finally got this to fit, and I'm going to show you what I did in a minute. Let me just take 1 second and take it off. Of course, my hardest thing is doing the side zip. Oh, it came down really nice this time. All right, give me 1 second. Okay. Whoop. All right, I'm just going to put my, oops. All right, I just knocked over my paper. Don't be alarmed. All right, I'm just going to put my shirt back on here. And then I'm going to show you some things that I'm kind of excited about. Ouch. All right. So one of the things I'm excited about, oh, wait a minute, let me just pick this up. All right. One of the things I'm really excited about is how I fixed the straps. So I think it was Vicky last week said to me, you know, maybe don't put the lining in until you're sure you like the fit. And I'm really glad she said that, because I had to obviously take something apart to get in there. So what I want to do is show you what I did. Let me just switch my view here. Oh, Joyce says that looks really nice. Thank you, Joyce. And thank you, Cindy. So pretty. Thank you. All right, so let me just show you here. Okay, so let's turn this inside out. Oh, it is inside out. All right, so if you have a ready-to-wear dress, and I think I might actually even do a special Fit Tip Tuesday on this to show people how to adjust a ready-to-wear top or a ready-to-wear dress if you know, if they end up with gaping. But basically what I did was in the back, oh no, and actually on this side I can show you. So see here, I haven't done the zipper yet, so I didn't have to take anything apart on this side. Oh, Vicky. Yes, Vicky, I'm giving you a gold star because I think, weren't you the one that said maybe don't sew the lining in until you're done fitting the bodice and trying to get the gapping, get rid of the gapping at the center front? I think that was you. But if it's not, I'm going to give you a gold star anyway. Oh, RT Blades joined the wait list while I was changing. Thank you, RT Blades. Okay, watch this. So I stood in front of the mirror, right? And I thought to I pinched up the straps. So that kind of helped reduce the gapping a little bit. So I wanted to shorten it here. Now remember, it was lined, it was understitched, it was all of these things. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, how am I going to do that? Well, look how simple this is. All you do is, on this side, I opened up a little area right underneath the strap. Oh, is it still opened? Yeah, I didn't sew it back yet. So see, I made a little opening here. And then what I did was, and I'll do it on this side because it's easier. All you do is you pull the strap through, you know, inside out. And what I did was I worked it until I got it out until I could see the shoulder seam. So I kept pulling the strap through until I got to the shoulder seam. And I just want to show you that it's really easy to get to the shoulder seam. So all I had to take out in order to shorten my shoulder was about 3 inches on either side of the strap, because I got rid of like 3/4 of an inch. So I needed a little bit of more wiggle room. But basically, look at how easy this is. So I pulled it out till I could see my my shoulder seam allowances, and then I took apart the sides, the armhole side and the neckline side, you know, on both sides. Then I marked how much I wanted to sew deeper. Okay, so I shortened the lining, and I shortened the dress separately, because when you take it apart, you can do each one separate. Like, you're going to do this one first, and then you're going to do that one. Then I just sewed the side, the neckline and the armhole back. And then when I pulled it through, I could check to make sure, you know, everything still looked really nice. So that's how I shortened the strap at the shoulder. And then I put it back on, and it was still gaping a little bit. Oh yeah, see? Oh good, I get a gold star for remembering that it was Vicky. Sometimes I have a hard time remembering things because I have so many things going on. But okay, so then the other thing I did, and I didn't finish it yet, just to show you, I took out the base of the bodice here from where it overlaps, and you can see that I pulled about another 3/4 of an inch. This is the, you know, the very end of the center front edge. I pulled that in, and actually I pulled the whole thing down a little bit. So even like, you know, the whole bottom edge of the dress here, bodice, I pulled it maybe a 1/4 inch along here, and then I went to 3/4 here and 3/4 here. Okay, so I will serge that off and finish that and make that look nice, but that's how I got the bodice to fit. So I'm very excited about that. Hey Tana, you've been finishing your works in progress. You're so accomplished. Well, I'm giving you a gold star for that. Wow, I'm in the mood to give gold stars today. Okay, so looking at this dress now, what I have left to do is basically put in the lining. Oh, first I'm going to finish the top of the zipper, I guess. I'm going to put in the lining. But basically, I was also thinking that, and I don't know if you can see it. Let me make it a little bit brighter so you can see. See, there are a bunch of gathers here, soft gathers, and this is the center back area right here. And when I was looking at it, I was feeling like it was a little bit poofy on me. But you know what? I was going to take this apart and sew some short darts to get rid of some of this fullness. But in the spirit of this is the kind of dress that it is, I'm just going to leave it. You know, I really feel like it occurred to me when I was working on it that I was making a Bridgerton dress. If you guys have seen Bridgerton, you know what I'm talking about. They have the very snug bodices and the cleavage and everything, and then the skirts and the empire waists, things fall straight from there. So that's the kind of dress I've made, and I think I'm just going to embrace that. So the first thing I want to do to finish the lining is I'm going to sew the rest of the okay, so the lining through here, you can see it's not sewn on, so I'm going to finish that. So I'm going to sew that, and I'm also going to show you how you can actually sew the lining to the zipper like this, and it's going to be a little bit snug because I've got it sewn in so much right into the armhole, but I'm going to show you how to finish the top of the zipper with the lining. I'm going to do that first, and then we're going to look at how I'm going to put the, you know, the rest of the lining into the waist, which will be no big deal. I'm just going to, I might hand sew that, we'll see. But if you remember, after I finished the zipper, this is where we were in the process. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take, this is the right side of the lining. Let me just make it a little less bright here so you can see. Oh, hey Victoria, you're busy packing. You're back in Virginia. Oh, you're unpacking. So Victoria has made it safely back from vacation, and now she's unpacking. That's good news. I hope you enjoyed your vacation. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm literally going to take, this is the zipper, this is the lining. I'm going to turn it right sides together with each other like this. And I think what I might do is give it a little press. I think I've been traumatizing it by all of my, you know, taking it off and putting it on to fit the bodice. So let me go ahead and give this a little bit of a press here first, just so everything is nice and neat. Okay. Cindy is saying, I put my name on the wait list, but I thought it was via Zoom, so ignore my request. Oh, yeah, the wait list is to get into the J Stern Designs Insider, YouTube Insider Club. All right, so I am going to go ahead and just give this a nice press. Oh, you mean you put your name on the wait list for the 3-day pants fitting? Oh, that's okay. That's okay, Cindy. That's fine. Okay, and then I'm gonna just press this seam allowance. The reason why this is kind of also kind of ratty is because I had sewn it all the way to the edge of the side seam, and really you have to leave that open to do what I'm going to do next. So that's why it got a little bit mangled here. All right, so see what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them right sides together like this. Okay, and the other thing I want to talk about here is I have been using these forked pins almost exclusively. I can't begin to tell you how much I enjoy working with these forked pins. They don't fall out like traditional pins can. Barbara says, dresses very pretty, but have to watch replay. Have a wonderful weekend. You have a wonderful weekend too, Barbara. Thank you for stopping in. Okay, so see what I'm doing? I'm literally lining up the right sides together. So this is the lining, and there's the there is the zipper, right? So I'm just going to do that. I'm lining all that up. I'm just going to put a couple pins in. And what this is going to do is it's going to make a nice finish along the armhole and then also the top of the side seam here. Okay, so I'm just using 3 pins. So I've got it pinned like this. Okay. And then I'm also going to do the other side. So let me just give this a quick press, and then I can move my iron out of the way. So I'm just going to press all this nice and flat. Oh, the other thing is, look at how the cotton interfacing right here. I think what I'm going to do too is let me just go ahead and trim this close. I don't need to have all this extra interfacing, especially because I've traumatized it to the point where it's coming apart. So I'm just going to give this a nice trim here to get rid of some of that bulk. I don't need that. I love my little LDH scissors, especially for something like this. Is it stuck there? Okay, hold on. So I'm just giving it a little trim. All right. Oh, I'm not being super careful here, but in the big scheme of things, no one's going to see this. I just want to get rid of some of this extra. Okay. I'm going to probably trim the other side too. Okay, so let me just iron this flat. Okay, and then I'm just going to iron this flat. Okay, I can get rid of my iron. And so just like I did on the other side, I'm going to put it right sides together. Like this. And then also the other thing I have to remember here is when I was finishing the armhole, I trimmed to 1/4 inch. So I only have a 1/4 inch seam allowance along the little bit of the armhole. So I have to remember that when I sew it. Mary said, you have overload of patience with these projects. Big hugs to you. Nature gave you the patience too. I have none sometimes for all of the fiddling. I know. Well, you know what? If it's almost like it's not patience, it's stubbornness. Like if I start working on something and I really want to finish it, it's more about I'm too stubborn to like let it go. Like I did want to throw this dress in the garbage several times, I'll be honest. But then I thought to myself, no, I'm going to finish it and it's going to be nice and I'm doing it and I'm going to like it and that's it. So like I said, it's really more about me being stubborn. All right, if you'll notice, I'm going to pin on this side because this will be the face up side on this side of the dress. Well, I think, I don't know, let me see. Well, let me just do it like this. You know, and here's another thing, like I worked on this, right? This isn't going to be the last version of this dress I make. So the next time I make it, I won't have to have as much back and forth. Oh, Regency period. Yes. Yep. And then Pat says, LOL, my LDH scissors are in my hand. I just finished a sleeveless top with bias binding and I'm using your Bodice info and YouTube information to lower and shorten the darts. Wonderful. And I'm also arguing with my very lightweight rayon batik. Yeah, that can be, the rayon batik can be a little bit when it's lightweight like that. All right, now let me get my sewing machine now that I've pinned. Happily, I have it right here, nice and handy. All right, let me plug this in. Okay. All right. So now, ugh. All right, I have to change my foot, of course. I didn't think of that. I'm sorry. So I want to put my zipper foot back on because I want to get closer than I can get with my straight stitch foot. Oh, Tana is saying, let me just make this, I want to make this like a nice view here. Okay, Tana is saying, I found that even the crappiest project is a learning experience. That's true. And Cindy's saying, Tana, I argue with those too. Yep. Well, I think, you know, a good portion of sewing, I think, is redoing or taking out. And, you know, that's why God designed, he gave us the seam ripper and the other things. And, oh my goodness. Uh-oh. Let me just take this off here. I'm just going to take off this straight stitch foot and I'm going to put on my my shank and my zipper foot because then it will be happier. Okay. Where's my zipper foot? Zipper foot. Okay. All right, so let me just stick this on. Okay, so I'm going to stick that on. And then I'm going to stick this on. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to sew. Oh, I guess I can do it like this. All right, so I'm going to sew. I'll start at the bottom on this side. So I'm literally going to just sew the lining to the zipper. I want to make sure you can see. Let me get a little bit higher. Let me just make sure that's really sharp. All right, so I'm going to move my needle over. And, you know, I don't have to get right on top of the coil of the zipper on the lining because it doesn't show. But also, you know, I don't want that fabric to be anywhere near where I'm going to be trying to zip this up and down. So I'm just going to be sewing it maybe 1/8 of an inch away from the coil of the zipper. And I'm going to stitch right off the top like this. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start over here. And what I want to do is I want to feel for where the stop is, the top stop. I'm just going to look in there and make sure it's right here. It's right there. So I want to sew pretty close to that too. So now I'm just going to stitch. Oh, but I'm doing, but I only have 1/4 inch, remember? So it's going to have to be over here. Well, that's okay. That'll give me room for a hook and eye, actually. So I'm not going to sew close to the top stop because I only have 1/4 inch. But then I can put the hook and eye in after. Oops. See how my machine is not moving? It's not moving because there's not enough contact with the feed dogs. Let me just see here. I am gonna take that out. I'm gonna get my little paper. This is my favorite thing to use, by the way. These are the backings to the labels I ship my orders with. So I can put it like this and that'll allow me to just start sewing without it not catching. Mary just finished shortening the straps on her granddaughter's prom dress. Oh, 'tis the season for prom dress sewing. I made both of Abby's junior and senior prom dresses. That was quite the adventure. All right, I just want to make sure I line this up perfectly with the stitching here. Oops. Okay, wait a minute. I'm going to back up a little so I can see what I'm doing. This isn't the best foot to see what I'm doing in terms of, I probably should switch, but I think I can get it pretty close. Let me see. Yeah, that matches pretty good. All right, let me sew the other side and then I'll show you what this is going to look like. So again, I'm going to sew, oh, this time I'll start here. Okay, wait a minute. This only has a tiny bit. Like this. And I'm just gonna put it where I can see it, like that. Okay. Alright, so we're just gonna sew that. And then I'm gonna start at the top, I guess, and go down on the side. We'll see. Put the paper under there. All right, and I'm just going to sew straight down on this side like this. I want to make sure my end is flat here. There we go. Okay. All right, so now what we're going to do now is we are going to, I want to make a point here, so I am literally going to, and I think you can see if I, oops, let me make it a little brighter, and I'm going to zoom in as close as I can get here just to show you. I'm going to just cut across like this, and I just want to grade this really close up at the corner because I want to make a nice corner. So I'm going to just grade this like this. I don't care that the rest of it is you know, the 1/2 inch. This part I don't care about, but I just wanted to make a nice close point there. And I'm going to do the same thing over here. I'm just going to make it a nice close point. I'm sorry. All right, and then let's see how nice this looks when we turn it to the right side. Maybe I'll make us a little bit wider of a shot now. And you can see what's going to happen is I'll be able to, what can I use to poke that out? Something. I'll use my little wooden poker here. And I'm just going to poke that out so it's nice and neat, but you can see it makes a nice neat finish. See how nice and neat that is? Like it just comes right down like that, and then the lining is finished there and the dress is finished here. So the whole top of the dress has a nice neat finish, and there's a nice point at the top. Let me do the other side. And then I'll sew that hook and eye on later, so it's you know, so I have that as an additional thing. See, it just makes a nice, that's the armhole, and then there's the zipper, and there's a zipper. So it just makes it nice and neat. And then obviously when we zip it up here, see, I have a little bit here that I could do a hook and eye right across the top. So that finishes the top part of the zipper. Oh, it looks like I might have to sew a little bit deeper on this one side to make them line up. This one's a little bit higher, so let me just do that while I'm thinking about it. I would have had an easier time with the top edge if I hadn't already trimmed the armhole, that top edge. I'm just going to go in a little bit deeper here so it matches just a little bit. I'm going to come at it this way so I can line up from my original stitching line, which is like right there. I'm not going to use this foot. This foot is annoying me. Hold on, let me find something different to use. I can't see what I'm doing with that one, so let me just put on... Oh, and of course, my clear foot is somewhere on this table, which means I'm not going to find it anytime soon. I have been making such a mess. So I'm just going to use this foot. This isn't what this is for, but I'll be able to see what I'm doing. So let me just put this on, because I want to be able to see where I'm stitching, and I want the I want to make sure I'm matching that up. I'm literally going to put a purple dot on the stitching so I match it. Okay, so now I'm going to get that needle right on that dot, and I basically just want to sew a little bit lower here. So let me just back up, and then I'm just going to sew a little bit lower across the top of this. All right. Okay. All right, then I'm going to trim to make it close again. Let's see if that's more even. Oh, I'll probably sew the hook and eye by hand. All right, let me just make sure this is matching. I just want to make sure that when I zip this up, the two sides are matching. Yeah, see, that's better. Yeah, I think I'm going to do it by hand because it's kind of bulky in there. So I'm just going to sew that by hand, you know, and I'll finish all of that. So that takes care of that part of the dress. Now let's look at what's going on inside. All right, let's see here. Okay, so here is the inside of my dress. So, you know what? I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do, but I'm not going to do it because I also have to get my serger back over here and finishing the lower bodice that I took apart. So basically, I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do, and then I'm going to do it later because I'm going to have to get my serger. But basically, the first thing I'm going to do is serge all this even, right? That's the first thing I'm going to do. And then after it's even, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the lining, which is right here, and I'm hoping it's wide enough. Oh, it is. All right, so see, so look at this. See how the dress is, I mean, well, you can't see because it's too tight. Hold on, let me back up here now. let me just make it a little bit farther away so you can really see what I'm trying to show you. All right, so here is my lining, and you can see it's wider than my empire waist. So the first thing I'm going to do is, this is the side that would go with, you know, with the zipper side, but it really doesn't matter, because I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to sew it to the I'm just going to sew it to the lower edge of this. Like, I'm going to sew it to the seam allowance here so it covers all of this. What Vicky is saying, 1982 floor length full skirt hand rolled hem. Yes. Oh my goodness. Back in the 80s when I was in high school, remember that store, The Limited? One year they came out with a white broadcloth skirt. Like, it was a white, it looked like it was a sheet, essentially, now that I'm thinking about it. It had a wide waistband and a full circle skirt. And for some reason I had to have that. And I wore the daylights out of it. And I'm thinking back to myself now, like, wow, that was, I don't know if that was like the best choice. Not sure about that. But basically what I want to do here is I am going to, I'm just going to, for now, because I see something I can do, I'm going to put the lining wrong sides together with the skirt like this. It's almost like I'm going to bag it in there. Okay, because what I want to do is figure out what I'm going to do about the extra width. I think I'm going to sew little darts. I don't want to add any more puffiness to the waistline of this skirt, so I'm going to dart the difference. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pin it at this side, and I'm just going to, you know, put one pin here. And then I'm going to pin it to this side over here where the zipper is. And I'm going to have to open the lining a little bit and finish that. And I will do that. But basically, right now I'm just concerned with making sure it fits. So see, I'm just pinning it right to the where I'm going to sew it on, like this. And then I can lay this flat, and I could walk it 1 to 1 here. So see, what I'm doing is I'm just checking to see the difference in width. So let me just, I'm going to put a pin right here. And then I'm going to walk it away on this side. 1 to 1. All right, so you can see I have this much. I'm going to put a pin here. This much extra fabric on this side of the lining. So what I'm going to do is divide that into 2 1-inch darts. So I'm going to do that on that side. Now let me do the back side, or the other side, and see what the difference is on this side. So again, I'm just going to pin this to here. So see, I'm just pinning it as if I would sew it right here. Can you see what I'm doing? Is that sharp? Okay. So basically I'm pinning it where it's going to attach to the zipper. The seam allowance that I'm going to use to sew to the zipper is turned under, so I don't have to worry about factoring that in. I just want to hold it there and then walk it across. So now I'm just going to walk it across. All right, I'm just going to put one pin right here. And then I'm going to walk it this way. There seems to be a lot. Whoa, look at this. That's weird. Look at how much extra I have here. That's crazy. I have this much extra in the back when I match my side seams up. So I have this much extra. So what does that tell you that tells you that I really had to expand the waistline in the front to wrap around the front of me. And in the back, I might have even made it a little bit smaller when I fit it onto me, because the original lining obviously fit the original dress, but it was gathered. So I have a giant amount in the back because my back is much narrower than my front. So, but the other thing is, oops, I just dropped my scissors. I don't want to change. Oh, you know what I should do? All right, so now that I know that I have, I know what the differences are. Let's do another test. I really don't need the lining to be fuller than the skirt. And remember, this is not the original skirt. So what I'm going to do is let's unpin it from the dress. I didn't even consider the fact that this skirt might be narrower than the original skirt. So now let me just put it over here. I'm just going to, let's look at the hem. And there's only one seam in this dress because I literally used the entire width of the linen to make this skirt. So here is the width of my hem. Now let's check the width of the slip or the lining. What I might do is just, I'll take some out of the back if it's too wide. That's what I'm going to do. So let me just, oh, it's got these slits here. All right, so this goes to here, and then, well, all right, it's really not wider. It's really almost the same, see? So I think what I'll do is I'm gonna either pleat or dart out the back to make it fit. No darts? Pleats? Well, if I do pleats, I am going to sew them down a little bit because, remember, I already don't like the fluffiness I have on the back of this. So see, let me just show you one more time here. So when I'm wearing this, you might have seen, I don't know if you were here when I tried it on, but there's a lot of fluffiness going on back here already, and I don't want to add to the bulkiness of this fluffiness in the back. So if I do pleats, I'm going to sew them flat for a few inches, but I guess I'll make the back fit the back and I'll make the front fit the front. So that's what I'm going to do. So there you are. So I guess I could do pleats. It doesn't matter. I just don't want gathers because it's already too fluffy. So that's what I'm going to do to finish this. And of course, at this point in this project, I should not be surprised that it's not going to be a simple matter of just sewing it in, because nothing about this dress has been very simple. Every time I started working on something different, some new exciting challenge would pop up. So I'm glad I took the time to check the width of the front versus the width of the back. And I'll make pleats. And I will just pleat out the extra width, but I am going to sew them down a little bit so they're not poofing on me and they release maybe 3 or 4 inches from the seam. So that's how I'm going to finish this and get this in here. And then this dress will be ready to go. It's been one of my biggest adventures in sewing lately. So that is my report, and I think I'm not going to start anything else new. I'll work on this later, but I am really thrilled that I got it to fit without gaping away from me, and I'll wear it to Mother's Day. So I'll have some Mother's Day pictures for you. And then next week, I am going to show you how I fixed a pair of my husband's jeans that he literally tore, like from the middle of the front zipper straight down to the inseam, maybe 9-10 inches. Tore it right open when he was jumping out of my brother's truck. So I'm going to show you how I'm fixing that so he can still wear them, because he only has 2 pairs of jeans that he likes. So next week it's going to be about fixing tears in jeans to make them as not so invisible mending, so as invisible as we can get. That's what I'm going to be doing next week. And I have a very exciting cool tool for you this week, so make sure you check out Cool Tools on Monday, because the thing I ordered came in, and I'm going to shoot it in 2 parts. It's going to be one video, but I'm going to do an unboxing, then I'm going to set it up, and then I'm going to do a second part after it's set up. So because I want to be able to show you what it is, set it up, and then show you how it works. So it's going to be a very exciting, cool tool for Monday. Let me see. Mary says, instead of short, fatter pleats, would thinner, longer pleats be less visible? Oh yeah, I'm not going to make fat pleats. I'm going to divide them up into 1/2 inch folds. So in the front, there'll be 2, because I only have 1 inch, 2 inches I have to remove. And in the back, I'll probably do, I don't know, 6 or 8 of them across the back. So they're, you know, so they lay flat and they're not visible. You could move the side seam to the front. Well, that's true, except, and I would do that. I would shift the seams, because who cares? Except this one has that vents in the side seam. So see how there's vents? So I think that'd be annoying if these weren't on the sides. See, there's one on each side. So see how there's like a vent here? So I want to keep the vents on the sides. So I'm gonna keep the side seams where they are. Oh, Pat says, warm thoughts to you and your family on Mother's Day. Thank you. But I will see you before Mother's Day, because Mother's Day is next Sunday, and I will see you on Friday. So I'll be able to wish everyone happy Mother's Day next week too. But thank you for that, because it is a little bit of a rough day for us, but it'll be okay. I am going to wear the dress, Mary. I'm going to wear it to Mother's Day, and I think we're going to a restaurant this year, so I'll actually be wearing it in public at a restaurant. So I'm kind of excited about it. You know, I have my little black Birkenstocks to go with it. It'll be lovely. So there you go. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate seeing each and every one of you. This was so much fun for me. If you have any questions about the J Stern Designs Insider Club, YouTube Insiders Club, just post those below and I'll help you later. And I'm expecting that to be ready like mid-May, like in a couple weeks. So very excited about that. And yeah, so I just want to thank everybody. Oh, there will be Mother's Day pictures, I promise you. Yes, and we have a Zoom. Oh, the 4th. Oh, Mother's Day, it can't be this weekend. It's in 2 weeks. Let me look at my calendar. Yeah, no. This weekend, I have a follow-up for the pants fitting workshop. That's this Sunday. Next Sunday, after Fab Fit Friday, next week is when Mother's Day is. Yes, you are right for the back. Maybe the iron will fix it. Yes, I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm not ultra worried about putting the lining in. I just don't want to add any more foofiness around my empire waist, because when I look at myself from the side, I look like I'm this wide from the side. But I mean, that's my shape and I love it. So there you go. All right. So thank you guys for hanging out with me. Have a wonderful weekend. Make sure you check out Cool Tools, because it's a cool tool I'm so excited about. I can't even get to tell you how excited I am, because I think it's going to finally fix my pattern organization problem I have. So very excited about that. And yeah. So if you have any questions about anything else, just post those below and I'll help you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you next Friday for how to fix jeans without making it, you know, the least noticeable as possible, versus a visible mending. This will be try to be invisible mending. So there you go. All right. Well, I'm signing off, and have a great rest of your Friday and enjoy your weekend.